Hello to you, oh my Mitrandil and my Bratrandil, and also my Shatrundil. So, Shatru means enemy in all most of the Indian languages. So, Shatrundil means all my enemies. Hello to you, all my enemies. Bratrandil means hello to you, all my brethren. And Mitrandil means hello to you, all my Mitras, which means my friends. Most of the Indian languages, Mitra means friend. But Mitrandil means it's the name of a sword in the Lord of the Rings. So I use the word Mitrandil as like a joke. It's more like a joke. It means my friends. Mitra means friend in Sanskrit or Indian languages. So when I say Mitrandil and Bratrandil and Shatrundil, it means my friends, my brothers, and my enemies. Okay, so what's the good news for today? First good news is that I just came out of the gym and I did my chest workout today. I was able to run 1 mile in 7 minutes and 28 seconds, which is pretty good for my weight, which is 93 kgs right now. And second good news is that I studied Rust programming language for 1 hour today, which is really good. And I want to be a Rust programmer at some point. I think it's the future of, maybe it's a future coming big thing in programming languages, because Rust programming language is like a mixture of 4 or 5 different languages like C++, JavaScript. So it has a lot of amazing features from various languages. Also Haskell and so okay. What's the third good news? The third good news is that I'm ready for a great new week for tomorrow, and I've got a new interview for a new job called Seqera on 4th of Wednesday. I booked it on the 4th of Wednesday, the first round, which is a general talk with the recruiter. So I'll look up more about the company and research more about the company. And the fourth main news I want to talk about is my investments in Gigacloud technology and Google, which are really not Google, Alibaba, which are down 20%, which is pretty bad. It's been down for a long time, and I'm waiting for it to go up. So first news, my chest workout. I was very happy with my chest workout today. I was able to do 85 kilograms bench press with ease for the first set, very fast, touching the chest, very good form. The second set I could do 9 reps, full reps, and half 10th rep. The third set I was only able to do 5 or 6 reps, and the last 4 reps were like half reps. So even my incline bench press was also good, 70 kilograms incline bench press. And that's the only good news for my chest workout today. And amazing thing is that I completed my chest workout in exactly 1 hour. So I came in at 7 p.m. I ran 1 mile and finished all my chest workout in exactly 1 hour. So I went in at 7 and came out at exactly 8 p.m. So now it's around 8:15 p.m. and see how sunny it is. It's a beautiful weather. And what else is the good news for today? I studied Rust programming language today, 1 hour of Rust programming language. Mainly what I studied for a whole hour was, I know it's just 1 hour, but actually I'm doing a course on Free Code Camp, the free Rust code course, which is 14 hours. So every time I study that course, I do 1 hour. So I basically had like 14 sessions, 12 sessions so far. I think I started learning it maybe a month ago. So I think in 1 month I finished like 15 hours course, which is very good actually. So now I know one more new programming language, more or less. See, the thing is that you can learn a programming language, but if you don't use it, you're going to forget it. So I learned Scala, I learned Python, I learned some other languages as well, but C++ I learned just a little bit, and C# also I learned, but you will not remember it if you don't use it often. It's like learning a new language and forgetting it in just 1 week. So if you're a tourist and you go to a new country, you can't learn that language in 10 days. So it's something like that. You have to go and live there for a year to learn any language. And even if you go and live there for a year, you might not even learn it, because if you are not interested in it, then you will not learn it. So that's it. So I learned 1 hour of Rust programming today. And the third good news is that I've got another job interview. I have to learn more about the company. I have to look up on the websites and maybe learn something more. And they've got 5 rounds, and 1 round is a coding round, and 1 round is also system design round, which is system design is not a simple thing. It's much more complicated. It's more like what kind of technologies you want to use, and how are they all connected to each other, and all those things. Like system design is something which very senior programmers learn after about 10 years of experience in software development. So so that system design is one of the rounds in there, so it might be pretty much high level for me, but I should learn something more about system design, maybe learn some simple systems that I can learn. For example, system design is something like they might ask you in an interview, tell me the design for Facebook, tell me the design for how is Netflix, how does Netflix work, or how does Google work, or something like that. It's like, can you explain how Google works on the inside, or something like that. So you have to learn the architectures of different companies, and you also need to know how to reproduce them in just a day or so. You need to be able to recreate those. For example, create an Amazon, create a new Twitter in a different programming language, or create a new Docker in Rust, or something like that. So system design is very high level and very, very important for programmers. And once you go to that level, you will be earning lots and lots of money. But to go to that level, you just have to maybe build more and more applications, learn the different architectures. For example, I have learned microservices architecture. It's very complicated. I learned RabbitMQ. I learned some things like all these different architectures, monolithic architectures, and so I'm not that's the main architectures that I've worked in so far. I also wanted to talk about my investment in Gigacloud technology. I've invested in Gigacloud technology, which is actually a Hong Kong-based company, which was started in 2006, and now it's based in California. The company is based in California, and the market cap of the company is worth 1.5 billion. And it started in 2005, but in 2019 or 2021, it went public. And since then, its share price started going from like $5 to $35 or $45. So it went 500% in just a year. And now it's just gone back down to like 400% from that point, and now it's at 32 or 30. When it was 36, I started buying it. So by the time I bought it, even exactly the next day, it started falling to 26, and I was almost going to have a heart attack, because if it goes down from 36 to 26, you are losing almost 20% of your money in just one day. So I was pretty much worried about that, and it started going back up on the same day, or maybe the next day. It started immediately going back up to 30. So falling from 36 to 26, it actually started climbing back up to 30 in the same day, and went to 32, 33, something like that. And now it's back again to 29. And people are trying to badmouth it so much, like they're calling it everything. They're calling it it's a Chinese company, and they're trying to, but it won the best company award in Los Angeles this year. EY has given it the best company, best entrepreneur award. The entrepreneur for that, the CEO is called Larry Wu. He's from Hong Kong, I think. And there's some American guy called Iman Shrock, who is also a chief finance officer or technology officer, something like that, who is the only guy who is not Chinese in that, the front facing people. And if you go on LinkedIn, the whole company is completely Chinese. Like, there's not many white people in that company's employees, so it's all mostly Chinese. So but analysts are saying that the next year it might go from 35 to 65, so 69. So the price target for this year is, at the end of this year, it will be 69, which is basically I'll be doubling my money in just 1 year, if it happens, and if people don't try to bring it down so badly. Because for me it was quite an impressive stock, because it's more like it was given very positive reviews by several analysts in Seeking Alpha and Motley Fool. The Motley Fool is a company which does analysis of stocks, and I was really interested in Gigacloud because just by looking at the it was voted as one of the best stocks to buy by Motley Fool, which is not some bullshit, because if the Motley Fool actually points out to some stock and even calling it the best stock after Google, it said Google and Gigacloud are the only two stocks which you can buy right now. And I already have Google. I've already bought Google, so I bought Gigacloud. And a lot of people are saying that it has some deep value and things like that. I mean, I understand that. I mean, I don't know much about companies and businesses and how they work and all those things, but for me it's very simple. I can understand the company. They just take parcels from the manufacturers and the sellers, big parcels like furniture. It's like big furnitures and gym equipment and things like that. They take big packages of those and send them from Asia to America. So it's almost like it's a cloud platform for sellers. So the seller just needs to do everything on the cloud, and they don't need to worry about keeping the stock in their warehouses, because Gigacloud does everything for them. They have they have probably like 6 different on different continents where they have all the warehouses required. So they can carry around all the big weight of all these packages, and all they do is take all the packages from one continent to the other. And basically their main target is to take everything from Asia and take everything to the homes of Americans. So it connects a lot of countries, and they've got several warehouses in UK, several warehouses in Japan, several warehouses in America. So all the seller needs to know is click on a button. So you take this parcel and send to that person. That's it, simple. They don't need to know where to keep the packages, where the furniture comes from. Even the manufacturers. So the manufacturer they take everything from the manufacturer. I need to learn more about this company. That's why I'm trying to explain to you, and maybe I can learn something from that. So when I'm trying to explain to you, I'll be able to learn more about the company. So mainly what it says is that it's all a cloud platform. You don't need to worry about the big packages. They'll take it from the manufacturer, send it to the supplier, and and take it from the supplier and deliver it to the customer. And their average customer spends 150,000. Their single customer spends 150,000, which means, for example, if you look at Amazon, maybe the average customer spends per sale, it's probably like $5, $6. But this company, they've got hundreds of customers, and they're selling, and their average sale is 150,000. So you can imagine that they are like the big package. It's more like a B2B. So it's actually they are the best number one ranked company in their category, and among the 500 categories, it's ranked number 5 or something in the entire 4,000 companies. It's ranked number 5 by Seeking Alpha or something. So it's actually, the company is really amazing. The stats are amazing, and it's a very revolutionary idea. And I think they've probably spent 20 years just making up all those connections. It's almost like the story of Amazon. For the first 20 years, nobody believed them, nobody wanted them. And if you had bought something in some stocks in Amazon in 2000, by now, let's say if you had spent $1,000 in Amazon in 2000, by now you would have probably had $1 million. So simple as that, because Amazon went maybe 1000x in the last 25 years. So it went from maybe $1 to $180. So that's the good news about Gigacloud. So I did some research on it because a lot of people were talking shit. There was recently something called as a Grizzly report, which was giving negative news about Gigacloud, and they were showing all kinds of silly spelling mistakes in their company filings and all those things, and basically trying to completely bring them down so that people will short the stock. And unfortunately, it didn't really work out too well for them. And even the CEO came on a webinar and actually tried to explain all their businesses and tell them that this is a good business and all those things. They've got 10,000 10,000 customers or something, and so they have to do all these parcel moving, and so each customer is having and so basically the amount of revenue they're making is like 400 million in the last quarter. So every quarter they're making 200 million, 300 million, 400 million. Yeah, recent one was 400 million. And their company is the company is only worth 1,000 million, so 1,500 million. And every quarter and if every year they're making 1 billion, so they make 1 billion every year, and the company is only worth 1.5 billion. So they are actually making up all the money in just 1 year. So that's the news about Gigacloud technology. So yeah, so what else can I talk about? So that's the only thing that we have to. Okay, so I finished talking about Gigacloud, and what else do we have now? Yeah, I thought, what else can I talk about? So now I'll go back home, and tomorrow I'll expect something from the 2 companies which I had interviews for in the last week. I have a faint negative opinion about what I'm going to get, because I was not very convinced by both the companies' interviews, and I was not very happy with their expressions. I could see there was something lacking in their expression. Yeah, but let me be positive and keep based on all my analysis so far, I should definitely get the job. Based on what she said, based on what the recruiter said, I should definitely get the job. And one of them I should definitely get it, but the second one I don't know. The Oxford one, I still have one more round, and so even if I go to the next round, that is again another doubtful area, because I'm not very good at interviews. Simple as that. I've done many interviews. That's the reason I'm actually having I have to go around begging for new jobs, because I'm really shit at interviews. And yeah, so what shall I do now? I'll just go back home. Maybe tomorrow I'll come back for my arms workout, and right now I'll go back home and have my food, have a shower, And what else do I have to talk about? Yeah, I also forgot to talk about Alibaba, which is like a stock which is down 20% for almost a year now. And a lot of big investors have invested in Alibaba, and they're all waiting for it to go up. But interestingly, most of them actually bought it when it was $72. I actually bought it at when it was 95, because usually that's what happens to me. I end up buying it at a point where everyone has. I buy it at a point where it's almost about to go down another 20%. So I think I should keep my change my investing style is to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, and until I have nothing, basically I have nothing else to do, only then I should start investing, because don't hurry into an investment. But sometimes you never know actually, because sometimes you catch it at the right point. For example, I caught Google and Facebook at the right time, and if you catch it at the right time, it can actually shoot up and you can actually make a lot of money. But as they say, you can't really time the stock market. Sometimes you can do it, but yeah, I think you can't do it all the time. You may never know when it's at the. You can't predict that this is the lowest it is, because it can still go lower. In fact, I bought Alibaba at 96. It could have actually gone. It has actually gone down to even $59 since that time. So from 96 it went down to 59, which is down like 25 to 30%, and that's a pretty shitty style of investing for me. In fact, you can't really invest in something and lose 30% of your money, and it's pretty bad actually. But luckily, when you invest in a couple of different stocks, one of them turns out to be a big winner, and then you don't worry too much about the losers. So somehow they kind of balance each other. So another good news is tomorrow I have to study about tomorrow I have some time for my Sabio trading account, so I can focus on my Sabio trading. And if the Sabio trading works, then I'll be more confident about another way to another stream of income. So many streams of income: investments, job, that is 9 to 5 job, trading, and maybe in the future some other things. So I have to look up for new streams of income, and yeah, maybe the new stream of income would be when I can start my own company or something like that, like a certain small company which can create some small amount of money. And with that, I will now end my talk, and I will go back home and start having a shower, start making my food, and then have a good sleep. Okay, bye.